This is Nate G219, and this is To Help It Back Better. You know what it is, another one coming at you. First, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. And today, you know what? Hey, it's November 30th, 6:30 maybe, but that's the irrelevance. I'm sorry it's been a week or two since I've been at you guys. Monday, I started a new job. Doing the same thing. I'm doing power line clearance. But the company I had been with, I'm not going to repeat the company's name. I'm not trying to burn them. But they had been mistreating us and making just bogus claims, just ridiculous things. And it's because the crew they brought over are reckless, but they're fast, and they're a bunch of idiots, and it's irrelevant. My life has bettered. I have joined something that many people aspire to join, and that's a union. Because what I do is power line tree clearance. Excuse me. What I go up in buckets, some go up in trees, and clear them away from power lines. We're first responders. We'll go to the hurricanes, the tornadoes, wherever you call us, forest fires. We're in there. But today I am bringing a story that took place originally on September 26th, just last year, 2024. And unfortunately, a woman I know, my son's great friend's mother, had lost her life, and all she was doing is driving home through the city of Gary. And I remember the date, September 26th, because that was my mother's birthday. So she was a 42-year-old mother of 6, Kia Tidwell. Wonderful woman. And in my last information about her, I had divulged to you guys that she had kept me out of jail once. And I mean, a lot of people did, but she was mad that the cops were even coming at me, because I was originally assaulted and hit a man once, and the man folded like a bag of beans, and that was that. I didn't ground and pound like normal, and I held my composure. And I said, "Look, you see what you made me do to you?" And the guy talked like this. And, the neighbors called the cops these yuppies in the corner. Whatever. But let's get into today's video. Some great news. It's sad. It's still all sad. Every aspect of this story is sad. But it's leading to some great news. It's an update.
Breaking news tonight in the tragic murder of a mother of 6 from Northwest Indiana 4 months after 42-year-old Kia Tidwell was killed by a stray bullet fired near the McDonald's at 5th Avenue and Grant Street. An arrest has been made. Working with the ATF and the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force.
So, 5th Avenue, Grant Street, that's considered bottom side. The bottom side area. There's other hoods around there, but out of Gary. Gary's a very large city. A lot of people aren't aware of that. It's a very, very large city. It's a city with 10 zip codes, or 9 or 10 zip codes. So, being the worst part of Gary, Indiana, which was at one time the unaliving another person murder capital of the world. Or country. Sorry, not world. But let's continue.
Gary police utilized surveillance video, social media posts, and license plate readers to lead them to Tidwell's alleged killer, 20-year-old Tedrick Guy Jr. of Gary. Tidwell's family says news of the arrest is bittersweet. Kia had dedicated her life to helping young people in Gary.
She did her best. She always tried to serve her community. She always tried to help a wayward.
I try to hold my composure to this, but Kia just you couldn't not smile talking to the woman. And she was such a sweet, sweet woman. And her kids, every one of them that I've met, are great, great kids. Now, she was lucky enough to get her kids out of the hood. Because this is what happens in hoods. This is what happens in Gary, Indiana. Most kids, young kids, he's 20. He's a 20-year-old kid. Her son's my son's age. They're great friends. And my son's 21 going on 22 in 3 months. 3.5 months, yeah. So they're the same age. And so there's a 20-year-old kid. And these are the kids she devoted her life to helping. It's so sad that, and it was, I understood a stray bullet, but you're not going to be shooting a weapon or being shot at unless you're involved in some bullshit. And you got this innocent woman that saved so many of your peers' lives and looked out for so many of your peers. You took this woman's life, this great, great woman, one of the nicest women I've ever met in my life. Such a beautiful soul. One of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. Let's continue.
Yeah, she was a case manager, and like my mama said, she had just got back accepted to go back to IUN to finish her degree in criminal justice. But she always tried to help her community, help the young people.
Tedrick Guy Jr., now charged with multiple counts of murder and felony firearm possession. He's scheduled for arraignment later this week.
Okay, so this video is relatively short. Honestly, don't know how long it's been running for. But the news clip was only a minute long. And that's very unfortunate because this woman's story is decades and years. And I'm going to see what I can't do to reach out to a couple people and touch on this a little more. But, guys, okay, people that are creating content to warn the youngsters about prison, we have a very strict guideline. There's, and if you guys have seen, I try to lack my cursing. I try to conduct myself in the most professional way that I can possibly do. But to target the children or the kids that need to be targeted, people think you need to get at them in high school. High school? Okay. Over half of the public schools in Gary, Indiana have been closed. It's the high schools, at least. It's just in ruins. And where this happened at, you go north of that 5 blocks, you're at the lake. So, those 5 blocks, 4 blocks, are just pure hell. And if you go south of that for a few blocks, well, quite a few blocks, and you get up into mid-Broadway's up into the 35th block, 37th block, it starts becoming a better neighborhood. And it's so sad because she devoted her life to helping children and helping kids just like this man grew up. This is a hard one for me to talk about. He had done something personally for me that was not only righteous, but she was angry at the police because they were called on me. Well, she was angry at the neighbors and the police because they were called, and I almost went to jail because a man grabbed my neck and I punched him once. But she helped. I mean, the most sweetest woman I'd ever, one of them, one of the most sweetest women I've ever met. But never forget life's choices, guys. This youngster, 20 years old, is facing a murder charge. The state of Indiana, murder, it has a range of sentencing between 45 years and 65 years. And on a violent offense, which clearly this is violence. This isn't a non-violent offense. A life was taken with a weapon during a shootout. There was cameras, as you heard, which I'm grateful for. It wasn't just like he got caught doing some dumb things and got caught with the gun like an idiot. But they built a case, and this is the one thing they're doing. But we still got these missing girls in Gary. One is believed to have gone missing because of foul play, who hadn't been heard of since December, last seen October. I'm not sure of the exact dates off the top of my head, but they did do one thing. They definitely did their investigations and got this chump. Now this chump going to serve 85% of between 45 and 65 years. Yeah, he's going to have an out date. It's not going to be for a long time. And by that time, he's going to be institutionalized. Going in at 20 years old. And if you even get the minimum at 85%, you got to serve like 37 and a third or 37 and a quarter. My math ain't mathing correctly right now. It's been a day at work. But, throw your life away for what? They were probably shooting it out over probably a girl or something. Probably wasn't even any gang shit, because there's no real true wars going on in Gary right now. Gary's so desolate, and I'm not saying things aren't happening. The drugs are rapid. Now meth's around, and that's something that this part of Indiana, like these few towns between Chicagoland and I think really just the end of the county I live in, meth hadn't touched down here until, I'm not sure exactly when. It didn't become popular around here anyways, until what I've noticed the last few years. And I know a girl that was picked up on, first of all, Cece, she had a prior dealing case from, I don't remember what year, but some years back. She had went to prison, served a few years in prison. Well, a month or two ago, she was arrested in the county next to us, Lake County, which is Gary, Indiana area. But one of the towns in Gary, or in Lake County, cities, whatever, for dealing more than between 10 and 30 grams of methamphetamines, between 10 and 30 grams of cocaine, and a whole bunch of pills, controlled substance, whatever. I don't know what exactly the label is now. But that was a level 2 felony. She's facing I believe it said 10 to 30, because that's a level 2 felony in Indiana. And then she was picked up on a warrant, on that warrant, and the last I saw, she's in not Lake County, not where the warrant's out of. Porter County task force must have raided her or something, and she's got a level 4 felony dealing case here. And this, the county I'm in, Porter County. And Porter County is very rough on drug dealing. And the fact that she's got a prior dealing case out of Porter County, they're likely to hit her with a habitual offender. If not in Porter County, in Lake County. Lake County doesn't usually go to the extent Porter County does, but she's looking at 2 to 10 on the county I'm in's, the level 4 felony, and 10 to 30 on the other. And they're 2 different counties, so there's no concurrent stuff being ran. And even if she had $100,000, well, if she had $100,000, she could probably make that happen. But the reality is, she's going to be given a public pretender. She's going to get a pretty hefty amount of time. She's 46, and here, her picture is just horrendous. But anyways, guys, never forget life's choices, because you never know what road you're going to turn down. And Kia, although turned down every right road in her life, somebody else taking a wrong turn took her beautiful soul, life, and a mother of 6 beautiful children, great children too. But hey, this is a very serious, sad one for me. But hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. And always remember, if they ain't hating it, you sure as hell ain't making it. This is Nate G219 signing out. Deuces.